Hi, welcome in. How are you guys today? I hope you're doing well. I hope your day is wonderful. Let's start drawing. Let's dive into our drawing tutorial today. On this video, we'll be drawing the head. First off, let me explain you my color code. I'll be using the same color code on next videos, same or similar. I use red for the base sketch, for everything we're gonna erase later, so I leave everything on one layer called red. Always name your layers, it's very important. Then I use blue for the pencil art and black for inking. We'll mostly be using red and blue. Okay, let's begin. We usually start drawing the head because we want to draw characters, and the head's what comes first for drawing characters and drawing people. So let's begin from the basics. I believe the most important thing to know about these techniques is that it works for every style. We are not going for a specific style here. You can use the same base to draw like a head on every style, on any style. If you're a beginner artist, you shouldn't worry about style at all. Just try stuff, just figure out what you want to do and try different stuff. It's gonna be good for you. This guidelines will work basically for any style. You just have to change how you finish it. Like if you're drawing a manga style, maybe you'd like to add like bigger eyes, smaller nose, or if you're drawing realistically, you'll give more detailing to the hair and the contour and everything, and use more references. But basically, and if you're drawing on a cartoony style, you can make it more stylized, like more squishy or more exaggerated, but you'll be using the same technique, the same guidelines. It works for everyone with minor changes and adaptations, and I'm gonna show you further in the video how it applies to different styles. I'll be drawing on my own style, and later I'll show you in different styles. We begin with the circle. Don't waste like a lot of time, don't waste 2 hours trying to make a perfect circle. It's not gonna happen. You just have to make sure your circle is kind of even. If it's even, it's fine. It can't be like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then we'll cut it in half with a long line. And after we do this first sketch, we're gonna draw the contour of the face. When I'm drawing the face, heading forward, symmetry is very important, so make sure your jawline, your cheeks, that everything looks even from one side to the other. Can also check it by flipping the image. A lot of artists do this, they flip the image. Here in Clip Studio Paint, you have this button here, flip horizontal. You have to flip the image. Sometimes you find it's a little bit weird to one side, and then you can fix it. Okay, it's looking okay. One thing that I got a lot from my students is that when they do this base sketch, they feel like they have to go all the way to the end of the line to make a face. Like, you use the lines for guidance. Lines are there to help you. They're not there to restrain you. So you use the lines, okay? The rules are yours. In fact, if you want to draw like a different face, if you want to draw like a more round face, you can put the chin closer to the circle, or further if you want to make a longer face. Oh, it looks odd, it looks obnoxious. It's just an example, don't take it personal. It's just to show you that you don't have to make like this line on the perfect size of the face you're gonna do later. You can do the size longer and place the chin whatever you want, okay? Let's keep going. After you have this base sketch, let's go back to red and place the eye line. It's the line where you draw the eyes. One mistake I also get a lot from beginners from my very beginner student is that they wanna make the whole sketch first and then jump into the drawing. So they do like this. They make the circle, they cut it in half, and then they put the eyeline in the middle of the circle. Don't do that. Don't try to make all the guidelines first, because it's gonna mess everything up. Don't do this. If you do this, your eyeline will end up here, and your eyes will be in the middle of your forehead. So you don't want to have your eyes in the middle of your forehead unless it's like a magical eye or something. But people usually don't have eyes in the middle of the forehead, so don't place your eyeline here. It's always better if you draw the contour of the face before placing the elements on the face, like eyes, nose, mouth, ears. All of this have to be on the face and they are related to each other. That's why we use guidelines to know their better placement. For the sake of making it easy to work with, I'm turning down the opacity on the red layer and back to blue. We're gonna erase everything on the red layer later. That's why it's better to keep it on a separated layer so I don't have to erase things up like you do on paper and maybe you end up erasing something you didn't want to. So on digital art, we do have this option. We can separate things and make it more organized and easier for us. So if you want to do it like this, that's the tip. So now that we have all the guidelines, we can start placing the face elements. As I said, my style leans towards manga. So my nose will be like here. It's placed very close to the bottom of the circle. Actually, we go over it. And as I said before, symmetry, it's half to one side, half to the other side. After that, we can start drawing the eyes. I usually put my eye on the line. There are people who make two guidelines and place the eye inside them. I don't feel the need to do that. You don't really need two lines. You can do it with only one line. I put half of the eye up and half down. Doesn't have to be exactly half. It really depends on your style, on the size of the eyes you're drawing. We're gonna have separated videos for the face elements like eyes, nose, ears. So today on this video, in this tutorial, the important thing is that you put things on the right place. It's not important that you do them like perfectly or well drawn. We're gonna study each of them later separately. So at first, just put them on the right place and that's enough. And we gotta do the other eye. Ta-da! Nightmare for many people. Try to keep it like similar to what you did on the other side. Don't copy and flip. If you're practicing, it's not really good for you. If you're a professional and you're in a hurry, I can understand why you copy and flip and fix the differences, but if you're at this beginning tutorial, I don't expect you to be a professional. And if you're a professional, you already know how to do it. So you don't really have to copy and flip it. So it's kinda like this. I feel like this eye is a little up. Let me check. Yeah, it's also a little bigger. It's also a little bigger here, so let's fix it. Let's make it a little smaller. Let's see if it looks better. Okay, we can improve here. Oh, it still looks completely different. I can see why some people hate it. Now that one is a little more closed than this one. Ta-da! This one looks a little bit higher. Now here's something you can't do on paper, but you can do on digital art. If you're a perfectionist and you want it to be like 1 pixel down, you can move it. Okay, looks way better. Now I have to fix the eyebrow. For the eyebrows, it's very important that they meet the nose line. So you have the nose line here on both sides. You just don't draw them on every style, but you do have the nose line here, and they are gonna meet the eyebrows at some point. Now this eyebrow here is thicker than this one, so I'm making this one a little thicker. Also that one's a little longer. Still longer. Okay, looking better. Let's keep going. Now for the ears, we're gonna use the same line we used to place the eyes. We're gonna use it to place the ears as well. Exactly when the line meets the side of the face, we're gonna make a curve up, curve down, make it smaller, and meet the face again. Now, working with my students, I've seen a lot of times when they think the ears are too big and they just make it too small, or when they don't know where to stop and they just make it too big. So how to know when to stop? How to know the ideal size for your ear? So usually the ear ends up on the same height as the nose ends. Okay, so if you come to your nose here and you place a ruler or a pen or something, or even if you follow with your finger all the way here, you see I have a headphone on. You see your nose and your ear end up on the same line, kinda. So you can use your nose to measure where your ear will end. And that's a good size for your ear. Don't feel like because you have two lines here, you have to fit the ear like in between it. No, you pass over it here. You go up and then down and you cross this line like twice here, and then you finish it here. Okay, now we got two ears. Let's go. Again, it's not important to put details on the ears right now and to do it like fully finished. Today, the only thing that matters is to put things on the right places. Mouth is placed under the nose. I like to make a little V here, V-shaped. And then, oh, this character is rather serious. Just came out like this. But again, that's my style. If you work with the cartoonish style, you can make it different. If you work with the realistic style, you can make like all the contour and all the shading. The important thing here again is the placement. After we have all of this, I'm gonna contour this part here just to keep the shape. And we'll get rid of all the red lines because it's a lot of lines. It's gonna be a mess and it's gonna confuse us later. So I'm getting rid of it so we can keep going without making like a huge mess. Where you start the hair, how do you start hair, how to make hair. I have a video about basic hair already, so you may want to check it. Now we're only gonna talk about like the forward face and how to make the hairline. Something I've seen a lot amongst my basic students, my beginners class. Like some beginner artists tend to ignore the forehead. Like they see the eyebrow and they start drawing the hair like right above it. Like they start doing it like this and they cover the eye and it creates a big mess of a lot of lines competing to be in the drawing. So to avoid this, let's make another guideline here and make sure we have a forehead. We always have hair, a little bit of hair in front of our ears. So I'm making this guideline in another layer so I can get easily rid of it. And this guideline tells us where to start drawing our hair. Begin the hairline here and start like covering it. You can make different shapes. You can make it like more even. And then you follow the line and you keep making it a little longer. There's hair in front of the ear. And then you retrace the parts you want need more because it's covered by hair. Now, on the other hand, if your character has long hair, very long hair, and you just want it to fall down, you can just make a shape like this. Like it kind of covers a little bit of your ear and maybe a little bit of your eyes. But it falls and you have like a clean open forehead here. And then remember, you also have hair on the back of your head. So let's make more hair here, making an outline. You don't have it to get it right like on the first attempt. It's okay to Ctrl Z. Then let's delete the lines that aren't part of our drawing anymore, because now we have our hair on. It can be a short hair if you want. Let me keep it short on the right side, or a long hair if you want. And once we finished our hair, we can get rid of the red guideline and work on finishing our piece. We do have the pencil art now, and if you want, you can proceed to inking, which is basically just turning down the opacity on your drawing and going to a different layer and doing the outlines with the black pen. Now that we did this quick tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to apply the same guidelines to different styles. Check these few examples and see how it works. Now this head here looks a little weird because I was given a lot of examples. I hope this tutorial helps you in the beginning of your journey. The path of art is very long. I dare to say it never ends, but it's amazing and I'm sure you're gonna love it. Use this tutorial and make your arts and show me. Join our Discord server, the link's down there in the description. You can share the art you made using our tutorials in the channel. Show your art. You're very welcome to do so. Thanks for watching. If you want to suggest any themes for the next tutorials or next videos, just leave it in the comments. Also, if you have any doubts, feel free to ask. I'll be reading and answering through them. Till next!